Hello, my name is Exit Light. To better explain why I started this channel, we have to start at the beginning. I have long been affected by and witness to paranormal activity. That is to say, injuries, unexplained sightings, horrifying encounters with the paranormal. Because of these experiences, I have always taken a special interest in the unknown and the unexplained. I am also a writer and enjoy reading stories aloud. Taking these things into account, I began to feel as though I should start my channel and combine my interests. I will, every so often, be telling you of my own personal paranormal encounters. Also, on occasion, I will have a guest here to tell theirs. I am hoping that this will be of interest to those of you who enjoy hearing of others' encounters, those of you who have had your own encounter, and those of you who are the doubters among us. Please, if you have your own true experience, leave a message below or contact me. I'd be interested in hearing of your experiences, and perhaps I'll put your story on my channel. Let's begin. There was a summer where I was working a job, having fun, and not worrying about anything sad or dangerous happening. It was during that summer that it was especially hot when I received a phone call, and the voice on the other end was the voice of someone I knew well. He was the husband of a close friend, a woman who was a bit older than me, that had taken me under her wing. My parents had been divorced, both had remarried, and neither had time for their kids anymore. This friend saw that and invited me into her family, helping me when times were tough and money was short. He had called me to tell me that my friend, his wife, had passed away. She'd fallen on a mountain. She died saving her daughter. If I was to give you the names, you could look it up for yourself, as she passed away at a well-known tourist attraction, and it is documented online. However, this isn't about her family or her children. This is about what happened to me. I was in shock, speechless. I could only hear white noise. I hadn't known that she'd left town. I didn't know why she'd left without telling me. As it turned out, she was moving away from her husband, who had been abusing her. She'd fallen so far down that her body was left overnight, in the cold, alone, until a rescue team could go get her. I couldn't stop imagining it. Her in the dark, mangled and alone, her children knowing that she was down there, and no one could help. I just could not shake the loss of my friend. She was more like family to me than my family was. About a month after her death, my brother and I, along with 2 other friends, were camping on my mother's property, and had decided to bring a Ouija board along for fun. That night we lit candles, and all settled in to play with it. I had my hand on the cursor, and my friend had her hand on the cursor as well, and it began to spell out, "I am here." Now, mind you, I was a skeptic and didn't believe in Ouija boards, and I figured that my friend was probably moving it. Everyone else took their turns, and at one point, "I am here" came up again. We got bored of playing the game and moved on to storytelling, and eventually fell asleep. The next day, I changed my clothes and put a tank top on. I felt a burning sensation on the back of my shoulder and thought that maybe I'd been bitten by something during the night. But when I asked my brother to look, I could tell by his reaction that there was something wrong. So I asked what the matter was, and he said, "You have a handprint burnt into your back." He yelled for my mother to look at my back, and she had the same reaction. I went into her house and held up a mirror in front of me to look in the mirror behind me, and sure enough, I had a bright red burn on my shoulder, a handprint, a palm, and all 5 fingers, a right hand on my left shoulder, burnt into my skin. I could only guess that yes, she was there, and that's how she showed me. As much as I missed her, I knew then that I could not use a Ouija board ever again.